Hello everyone, and welcome to a PFWolf update. So far, I've got walls. I have 3D, the raycast rendering, not 3D rendering, but no collision detection yet. But everything, no sprites either. Why does that look so strange? I see some light blue there. Yeah, what are you doing there? I don't know what that is. That looks a little out of the ordinary. That's that's something else. But I only have door sides on one side so far. I'm in the middle of building the doors, but just getting the door textures in place. And one of the neat things about this, like I have, oops, let's go a little faster here, is I also have the ability to change up how my walls look. And one of the things that, oh, I don't even have Slate open right now. Let's quick pop that open. In Slade, which is what I'm using for my PFWolf editor. Let's see if we can quick add another window capture. There we go. Can I make that my full screen? Just so I'm totally prepared here. Hit screen. Cool. We'll just do that. So in here, I've got this lovely, can we make you nice and wide too? Look at that. I'm preparing for my streaming of this development, right? I made this map defs folder. This is not really what I exactly want yet, but I've got two files here, walls and doors. And if we look at walls, you can see that I have a JSON file. JSON is just like a format of the data. Curly braces to indicate this is an object. But then I've got this walls object in here that is just an object. It's not an array, like a list, because I wanted to have the wall tile be in front. So like this here, I've got 1. I couldn't use a number, so I have to put it in quotes, just because that's how JSON is best. But look at that. Right here, we've got 4 different directions here, the north, south, east, and west sides. In traditional Wolf 3D fashion, the north and south are the same wall texture, and east and west are the next one up. So they have the light side and the dark side. Now we go over to, let's say, 8, which is the blue texture you saw on that other screen. Let's change this to 00, 04, 08, and leave that at 15. So what we have there, we save that. We save this file. Let's switch back over to our wolf. Let's actually stop it and start it again. And what you'll see is that wall texture right by the door will have new textures on it. See, look at that. You've got the jail cell right there. But with that being said, you can see jail cell there. You can see regular wall. You can see flag wall. And then if we turn around, go to this side, we have blue wall. So I feel like this just opens up possibilities for these types of walls. One of the biggest things that I've had an issue with is, transitioning into a new wall texture. Like in this case here, what do? You do this. See, there's the wood. There's the wood texture you start. A lot of good mapping will have the transition at a corner like that to show here's my brick into the wood. It's really not desirable to see that stuff like this. For instance, if you saw wall textures like that, to me that just, it's gross. So having the ability to have maybe like an inside wall texture on one side and an outside wall texture on the other would be really, really cool. Now, back in Slate here, what we can do is, well, I haven't done it yet, but that is in the works, is right now I call this walls.json, but I think I'd rather have, well, maybe that doesn't even matter. Thinking and planning in my head. So like this particular file has the wall definitions. I'll have one that carries walls, and I even have one that also carries doors separately. you can put these all in one, or you can have them separate. And what I'm thinking of doing is on a per level basis that you could load in the map definitions as these would be. Just here's a list of files I want to have in this particular map. And let's say you want to use this set of doors on this map, and maybe you want to use a different set of door textures on a different map. Map of the Month Club, I think on PFWolf does something very similar, but instead of having the same wall set, the same door set for the entire game, only maybe make a per level definition so you have just your gray walls and things on certain maps. It does make management a little bit complex, I suppose, but and that's generally for somebody who is, I would say, a little bit more advanced in terms of what they want to do. But that might really open the doors to having really customizable levels or a map pack where you have your own thing going on. Everybody does their own little thing, and just have fun with it. So what I want to do next is get the doors on. I think I'm going to wait on the push walls because that involves the physics portion of things, the being able to check the walls, bump into the walls, and do all that kind of stuff. I don't think I've started even a little bit on that. So I'd rather, get the doors done. I can walk through the doors, but just visually see the doors, and then get objects in. And once I get doors and objects in, I think at that point I can start refining it a little bit more. But I think this is looking pretty darn good. And this is using the same code that Wolf 3D uses to render their raycast. I've tried many different ways to do it, and it was all just for the sake of learning. And then I decided, I probably would like to keep the raycast code as close to Wolf 3D's as possible, but if there are other ways to, the methodology is still the same. The way it traces the lines, it's still the same. But maybe find different ways to do it, because as it currently stands, Wolf 3D is a primarily one floor flat texture. As you can see, right in the middle of the screen is the center line, and it's only going to go up the same height and down the same height. I would like to expand upon that and allow for varying height walls. They don't have to be restricted to 64 pixels. I mean, you can create one that is, and that probably will be my first start to creating different heights and things. But I also would have additional raycasting for the ceilings, floors, and things like that. But those are also for the future. But yeah, I'd like to see varying heights, and maybe even bring back the 45-degree wall, which, the way as I was going through this, it's something that could be done. I haven't really thought too much past it, but it is something I would be interested to add a little bit of variance to these levels. So far it's not a whole lot to see, but you got, I have running ability here. What's going on over here? Nothing. So yeah, we'll see doors coming up next. Door sides looking pretty good, and those would be just the walls you found in the doors file. So I think I'm making some good progress. I'll see you guys in the next update. That's all I got, so see you later.